Welcome back, baseball fans. Summer 69-72 Carryover League. We are halfway through the first round of the postseason tournament. And now we'll take a look at the third and fourth place teams battling for last place. Meaning that we determine who's in fourth, at which point their season is over, as a fourth place team cannot make the playoffs. Let's take a look at the overall grid here for this 7-game eliminations between third and fourth place teams. We're starting the American League East with Toronto and the Orioles. Let's look at the overall standings, the American League East. So the Red Sox did play the Yankees already, and they're in first. The Orioles are 2.5 games behind the Red Sox. Unfortunately, mathematically, they cannot make up the ground because they're playing Toronto, and they have a 6-game lead on the Blue Jays, which means the best the Orioles can do is pick up a half a game. We look at the math here. Toronto is 6 games back with 7 games to play. Toronto needs to win all 7 games. I think we know where this is going, folks, right? Yeah. But look, give the Blue Jays a nice shout out. They have played respectable baseball with no realistic chance in a devastating division. They have no real shot to win this thing during this period. They don't even exist until 1977. So they have no farm system to develop talent. They're only getting annual extra player cards from each new card set, or players left unprotected by the other teams in the league. So for them to be 11-17 is a nice accomplishment, in my opinion. Playing .393 baseball. I like to see even the worst teams in the league win a third of their games. And the Blue Jays, the Indians, the White Sox, the Rangers, they're all doing it. National League, Pads at 357, Rockies 385, Cubs a little lower than that, and Atlanta at 407. But Atlanta, that's disappointing here for them. That's another story for another day. So we're playing a game 1, is what it comes down to. Game 1 in Baltimore. Not a lot for the Orioles to win, but plenty for them to lose. Every Toronto win means that the Orioles cannot improve their overall place in the standings. So they want to get this thing over quick, fast, and in a hurry. In Game 1, for Toronto, to add a little bit of a twist, former Oriole Doyle Alexander is the ace of the Toronto staff. The Orioles could not protect all their pitchers. Alexander escaped, and he's an outstanding pitcher. But he will battle Mike Cuellar, the ace of the Orioles staff, MVP of the 2020 World Series. Let's get started from Baltimore. Leading off, Rod Gasper. 55, sky's the right. Dick Schofield, 56, pops a second. Frank Fernandez, 2-7 is a K. Bottom of 1, Don Buford, 53, first X. First baseman is Carl Taylor. He's a 3-22, and he boots the ball. Buford's a B stealer, but Milt May's got a -3 arm. He will not steal. Bobby Grich, the lone all-star for the Orioles, have a big rookie year. 48 is a single to left. Buford has wheels. 16 runner. Left fielder Morel's got a +1 arm, 1-17 to go to third. He'll run and he'll make it. Runners in the corners for Frank Robinson. Let's take a look at Frank Robinson's card. 1-7, triple 1-4, single dot is single dot. Robinson was the Oriole representative in the All-Star game the previous 3 years with this card, but not this current year. He's been in kind of a slump. Runners in the corners for Boot Powell. 55, left C. They bring the infield up with the A-bunting Paul Blair. 67 is a K. And with 2 outs, it is Brooks Robinson. 6'10", Brooksy, catcher's card. Pass ball here would score a run. He's a 2-6, and he gets the pass ball. So 2 unearned runs in the first inning. The Orioles have a 2-0 lead. Milt May's the batter. 37, base hit for Milt May. Carl Taylor, 2-11, 5-4-3 double play. Yvonne Morel, 1-11, grounds a third. Bottom of 2, Elrod Hendricks, 210. Bounce to the pitcher. Danny Walnuts, 69. Single 1 of 15. Lines out on an 18. And with 2 outs, Davey Johnson. 5-10, skies are right. Top of the 3rd, Terry Crowley, another former Oriole. That's the theme here for Toronto, where they find their players. Terry Crowley, 44, is catcher's card. Elrod's a 4E1. Makes the play. Tommy Dean, 45, bounced the second. And Dan Monson, 47, is a K. All right, bottom of the 3rd, Buford, 47, short X. Shortstop, Tommy Dean's a 3E17 at short. And he boots the ball. Toronto has pretty decent defense today. They're playing rather poorly defensively. Toronto, I gotta say, they've got a better than average pitching staff. Their offense is very bad, but they got some defense in good spots. They got Carl Taylor hitting 348, which helps a little. You know, I mean, that's the best I can find for these guys. Bobby Grich, 2-6 is a walk. The Blue Jays from the other timeline, from the late 70s, early 80s, did pretty good because they had like Lloyd Mosby and Dave Steeb and Jim Clancy and Mullinex and a whole bunch of nice young Toronto players. They were getting that team together, but they're all gone, and now we got a completely fictional Toronto roster. 2 on, nobody out for Frank Robinson. 45 is a strikeout. Boog Powell, 5-10, pops the 3rd. And with 2 outs, Paul Blair. 3-6, bounce to short. Toronto's hanging in there, 2-0. Rod Gasper, 45, bounce to 2nd. Dick Schofield, 35's a base hit. Frank Fernandez, 57's a K, and with 2 outs, Milt May, 58 is a sky to center field. Bottom of the 4th, 2-0 game. Brooks Robinson, 1-7, 1-2, lines out. Elrod Hendricks, 2-5, grounds to short. Danny Walton, 3-6 is a walk, and with 2 outs, Davey Johnson, 1-4, skies to center. Top of the 5th, 2-0, Carl Taylor, 6-12, second X. Davey Johnson is good. He's a 2E. 8 at second base, makes the play. Ivan Morrell, 59, skies left. Terry Crowley, 3-6, is a strikeout. 2-0 shutout for Cuellar. Halfway through, let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Bottom of the 5th here. Don Buford, 2-7. Double 1-6 is a base hit. Bobby Grich been on twice. 63, first C. Runner at second for Frank Robinson. 4-10 off of a Doyle Alexander card. Triple 1-2 single. That's a base hit and an RBI. It's 3-0. Hey, you're Boog Powell, 45, second C. Runner goes to second, 2 outs for Paul Blair. 53, left X. Morrell's not too bad. He's a 2E8 in left field, and he makes the catch. So another respectable game for the Blue Jays. It's just 3-zip in the 6th inning. Cuellar, though, is throwing a 2-hitter. Tommy Dean, 59, skies left. Dan Monson, 3-11, skies the center. Rod Gasper, 46, bounce to short. Grich is a 3-26 at short. And he makes the play. Bottom of the 6th inning. Brooks Robinson, 58, pops to short. Elrod, 1-7's a K. Danny Walnuts, 47, skies the left field. Oh, Alexander, not bad. Unearned runs in the 1st, a single run in the 5th. He's a starter 7. He's the ace of the staff. None of their guys can pitch in 3 days rest, so they go with a 5-man look there. But they're pretty good. Alexander, Splittorff, Gentry, those 3 guys are really good. The closer, Grisenda's good. They got some nice pieces. They just need more. They need more pieces. Dick Schofield, lead off in the 7th. 34, bounce to short. Schofield has been an all-star a couple times. versatile infielder, switch hitter. Frank Fernandez, 57's a K. And Milt May. Let's take a look at some Toronto cards since their season's winding down here. Milt May, this is a nice card. What's even nicer that you don't see is that we gave him -3 arm as he just gunned down runners in 1971. Not normally known for a strong throwing arm, but he had it that year. So you take a -3 arm catcher who's got homers on 5 and 6 both ways. Yeah, and he hits 278. That's a heck of a nice card to have. And Milt May will be playing for Toronto with this card for the next 3 years. Milt, 35, right on cue. Thanks, Milt. That's gone. That's all you got to do. Talk about the dude and they'll perform. So, with that being said, let's look at Carl Taylor now in a 3-1 game with 2 outs in the 7th. So here is the best player on Toronto. When the expansion was announced, he was the first overall player taken. So this card, Carl Taylor, was a Pittsburgh Pirate in 1969. But the Pirates, of course, had so many great players that they could not keep this guy too. So he became the first expansion team's first player. Toronto. Carl Taylor. With 2 outs in the 7th inning of a 3-1 game. The pitch to Carl. 5-11. Sky's the left. This is Buford, a 3-4. And Buford drops the ball. 2-base error. You have a little bit of drama suddenly. So let's take a look at Yvonne Morel. Every time I do this, good things happen for the Blue Jays. Morel came out of the Padre organization. Believe it or not, the Padres outfield was loaded with talent. So they had this guy got away. Good defense, nice platoon guy. Hits lefties better than righties. So here's Yvonne Morel, the tie run, with 2 outs in the 7th inning. The pitch to Yvonne, 35. Mounts are short. All right. 3-1, stretch time in Baltimore. We've been listening to Crack the Skies, 1975 debut LP. A little bit out of the timeline, but they were a band from Maryland. You get the idea. Hold On, Surf City were the big hits off this LP. And here we go. Bottom of the 7th. Doyle Alexander's not going anywhere. Davy Johnson will lead it off. 111's a strikeout. Buford, 66. Skies are right. And with 2 outs. Bobby Grich, 47 is a sky to left. One team who's really watching this with intent is the New York Yankees, who got beat up a little bit by the Red Sox. And the Orioles are looking to take over second place of the Yankees. So Yankees are really pulling for the Blue Jays to win a game or 2 here to prevent that from happening. But Mike Cuellar is 6 outs away here from ending the Blue Jays season and getting the Orioles into second place. Terry Crowley, former Oriole, leads off in the 8th. 2-8. Let's take a look at Terry Crowley's card. Interesting card here. Was with the Orioles in 1970 with this card. He went to the Reds and then back to the Orioles. Not known to hit lefties. He was normally just a platoon player, but this particular card, 9% against lefties, he does okay with on-base percentage. And it's a leadoff single. And here is Toronto bringing the tie run to the plate in the 8th inning against Crazy Horse, Mike Cuellar. Tommy Dean. The pitch to Tommy. 47 is a K. Dan Monson. Extra player out of the Twins organization with 273. Monson, 2-3 is a 6-4-3 double play. Dan Monson. Not a good look, Dan. Team is fighting for their lives against the world champs. It's not a good look. Doyle Alexander, he will actually come out after 7, just so that Toronto can get their all-star into the game. Go out with guns blazing. Here's Joe Grisenda. Nice pickup. 71 card with a $1.93 ERA for the Washington Senators. And the Blue Jays got him for another 3 years. So they're going to have a closer, 3 good starting pitchers for a while. So, Joe Grisenda, bottom of the 7th. It'll be Frank Robinson leading it off. 46. Single 1 of 16 is a single. Hey, your Boog Pal. 35. Single 1 to 6. Lines out on a 7. Paul L.D. Blair, 2-5, pops the second. And with 2 outs, Brooks Robinson. 59, bounces to second base. We'll take this thing into the 9th inning. Mike Cuellar. First thing he has to do is dispatch Toronto, and then after that he'll start, attempting to dispatch the postseason and playoff teams like he did last year. Step one in a long process here. Top of the lineup. Cuellar is a starter 9 in no danger of breaking. Dick Hall is warming if needed. Here's Rod Gasper. Let's take a look at some more Blue Jays. Rod Gasper was a Met. And this is a 69 Met card. The Mets would have... His bat's not very good, but the defense, the fact that he can bunt, hit, and run, steal bases, very versatile. Useful player. Rod Gasper, I believe he scored the only run in one of those World Series games. That was the one where they hit the ball back to the mound and the Orioles threw it errantly to first base and he scored the only run of the game. Was that Game 4? 69 World Series, maybe? I'll have to look that up. Rod Gasper, the pitch to Rod. 1-9, Rod pops to third base. All right, here's Dick Schofield. Let's take a look at him. We mentioned he was an all-star for this team. And again, versatility, all the infield positions, switch hitter, nice on-base percentages, lefties, righties. He could play for any team, really. 257. It looks better than that. When you look at this card, it looks like he hits better than 257, like maybe he hits like 278. But 257 is what it is. That's what it says. Here's the pitch to Schofield. 54 off Cuellar. Bouncer to Gold Glover. Brooks Robinson at third base. And he makes the play. And the Toronto Blue Jays are down to Frank Fernandez. Let's take a look at him. 69 card from the New York Yankees. This could be the final at-bat with this particular card. Really fun card here with where the walks and home runs are. 65 walks and 229 at-bats. Yeah, that's a monstrous season if he played an entire season. Frank Fernandez with 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. The pitch to Frank. 2-6 is a strikeout, and Cuellar finishes the game. Like I said earlier when this thing started, I said Toronto, they play respectable baseball. It wasn't a laugher. They weren't embarrassed. They just don't have enough bullets in the gun to get their offense going. They have got some good pitching. The Orioles, they got a break on the error in that inning, a pass ball, So the Orioles are very fortunate to draw Toronto in the first round of the postseason. Cuellar, a complete game, 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned on the solo homer, no walks, 7 strikeouts, and a complete game. Joe Grisenda, a hit. Doyle Alexander, a tough loss. Shed no tears for the Blue Jays. They are a respectable baseball club. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. They're the first team to be eliminated in the 69-72 carryover league, and we'll start showing elimination videos for all the teams, what those teams will have to do going forward. 1009-0108 3514 0724. That is a game 1 of a 1-game series. So let's take a look at the year-to-date numbers for both teams. The American League East, the Yankees were in first. The Orioles were there for a moment. Red Sox are now. It's all up and down all over the place. Toronto finishes 11-18. They're hit 246 with a 4.37 ERA. Oddly enough, I think that the offense overachieved and the pitching underachieved because they got some better pitchers than that. You saw Doyle Alexander. He's given up 16 runs in 60 innings, which is pretty good. That's an ERA of 2.40 with just a 2-4 record. Grisenda, 7 saves in the bullpen. Their best hitter was Carl Taylor, 33 of 104. 317 with that card. It hits 348, so his card slightly underachieved, and that's it. That's the end of that card. It's a 69 card, so he's done with that one. If he continues playing baseball, we'll have to be with a different card. Meanwhile, the Orioles, the world champs, 18-11. Probably would have been good enough to be in first place a year ago, but the Red Sox are just hot this year, folks. The Orioles, though, 244. That has to get better. to get where they want to get to. The ERA, 3.14. That's fine. So the pitching's been there. The offense has been really spotty. Cuellar, 6-2, 29 runs in 83 innings. Comes to a 3.14 ERA. And when we look at the current standings in the American League East, the Orioles are now a game and a half up on the Yankees. So the Orioles will be in second. They will play the third place team in the American League Midwest, which will be either the Brewers or White Sox. That's who the Orioles will play next. And there's a good chance that that team will have a middling record. So the Orioles have a very good chance to keep the tournament going in the next round. The Yankees at 19-15 will draw the second place team, which will be the Royals at 19-16. That'll be a best of 5. Loser goes home. So the Yankees could be done after the second round of the postseason. That's it tonight. Thanks for checking out the video. We'll see you next time.